Hey yo, what's going on? My name is Link, and I've been posting some cyberpunk shit, posting as Butcher Shark, but figured I'd really live up to the name here and post some Butch shit, some real Butch shit. So recently I have come out as non-binary. That term can mean a lot of things for a lot of different people. For me, I like to use the term transmasculine non-binary. I feel like it describes kind of where I'm at right now. It's kind of a complicated space to be in, and if there's any other Butch folks watching this, you might kind of get what I mean. People like us have been around in the Butch community for a long time. I still do identify as Butch and lesbian, but I found that my dysphoria when it comes to my body is just too much. I'm going by Link now instead of my former name, and it just fits. It just feels so much better. I don't really know about my pronouns right now. I'm going by they, them, but people who know me well, who have known me for a long time, if they use feminine terms for me, it doesn't bother me necessarily. And I'm figuring it out, and you know what? That's okay. It's not something I need to know all the answers to right now. I have been on low-dose tea for about 2 weeks. I documented some of the changes I've been seeing in another video, but I guess I kind of wanted to just say something, because I know I've felt really alone in this process, like not quite identifying with like the FTM experience, and then not quite identifying with a lot of, I guess, the more popular non-binary people who are, really do embrace androgyny, and like, good for them, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm happy to see them, living out their, it's a cliche, but living out their truth, living out who they are in the best way they can, and that makes me happy for them. But I don't identify with androgyny in the sense that it's mixing, that people can't really tell what your gender is, right? I identify with femininity because, I've identified as a lesbian for so long, and I've identified as Butch for so long. I was socialized female, I was raised female. I very much care about women's issues, and I still experience the world, gender non-conforming, but as a woman in many ways. And, there are parts of femininity that I do love, that are part of me. And especially when it comes to like, I don't want to be a straight guy, I don't want to be a straight guy. I'm still very much a lesbian, if that makes sense. But it's complicated, and, to anybody out there in a similar situation, just want to give a shout out that I feel you, and you're not alone. You're not alone. Go check out the Our Butch Lesbians on Reddit, and you'll see a lot of folks dealing with the same thing. I feel like the thing that's been kind of holding me back from this the most has been the fear of how I'd be perceived. I work in a very conservative industry. I work in construction. I'm sitting there, listening to trans jokes all day, pretty much. It's the fucking hot issue right now, right? So it's tough, and I'm not out at work. I've presented this way since I was in high school. I've had the short hair and the men's clothes and the kind of Butch persona, but yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And it's hard to separate, I guess for me, it's hard to separate my gay identity with my trans identity. Because I don't want to operate as a straight man, but I don't want to be a woman either. And I guess that's why I use the term non-binary to describe myself. I guess as a word of encouragement to people like me, butches have been writing about their experiences for eons. We have been experiencing this dichotomy for eons. Go read Stone Butch Blues if you haven't already. Go read Female Masculinity if you haven't already. This is not new. It's not. And I use the term non-binary, but I do think the experience of a butch non-binary person who does or doesn't still identify with the term lesbian is distinct from that maybe of some other non-binary folks. It's something I'm working through, and I'm very lucky to have an extremely supportive partner and supportive friends. But I know I've been kind of lacking for testimonies from this specific perspective, I guess. So if you feel similar, if you're kind of in the same boat right now, if you're questioning your identity, if you're early in transition, or if you have transitioned, like, leave a comment. Let me know how you're feeling. I'll keep posting updates on here because I think it's I know I could have used somebody talking about what they were going through, so I'll talk about it. Yeah, stay safe. Peace out.